Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gurhan. I am with Cosmo Publishing, as everybody knows. And I am here with a special guest today. And this pretty lady is from Turkey. She is one of our authors from Turkey. Her name is Elif Öztürk. She is from the northern side of Turkey. Uh, I guess everybody would know that as Black Sea. Okay. And I'm going to say the name of the town, but it's going to be too complicated. So let's just leave it at that. Like not Mediterranean. I'm sorry, Black Sea. So this is Elif, and welcome to the show, Elif. Uh, can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you, Gurhan. I'm an associate professor in the Faculty of Education, and I'm also head of the Department of Early Childhood Education. And after my university graduation with 19 years of experience, I began my career as a teacher in 2005 and later pursued research by obtaining a doctorate, a PhD. Uh, my main research interests are children and science and environmental education. And I work on topics such as science teaching, environment and nature, cognitive development for children, and early childhood education in different countries. And additionally, I'm also a mom of two sweet girls.
Nice.
And I live in Giresun, as you said. It is a small city located in the northern side of Turkey from Black
Great,
Sea.
great, awesome. Did you say you're in the process of getting your PhD or you have your PhD?
I had my PhD in 2013.
2013. How do you get a PhD
Yes.
in the age of 18? You look 28.
Ah, thank you. I'm a little bit lucky from my genetics that comes
Yes,
from my mommy.
that's cool. I hope the little girls actually it'll just trickle down to them also.
Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
so I'm going to go back to the authoring. So how did your author journey start?
Um, Gürhan, I can say that I'm the author of many different academic books due to my specialization, and these books contain educational topics that address adults such as parents, teachers, or academics. And after so many years of experience in my career, 2 years ago, I decided to address the world of children and I love children so much. In fact, they feed my creativity, I can say.
That's good. So that's how it started. But I mean, you are in the teaching side. You have your PhD, and everything else. But my question is, does that leave a lot of time to spend with the children? Do you spend a lot of time with the children?
Uh, I can say that I have been teaching and giving lectures to pre-service preschool teachers at the university for years. And according to the nature of these courses, it requires us to go to kindergartens and preschools for observation and research, sometimes by myself and sometimes with my students, preschool educators, candidates,
Okay.
teacher candidates. So therefore, I'm with a lot of children as part of my job. At the
Uh-huh.
same time, accompanying my daughters on their growth journey takes up a lot of my time, I can say. So I'm very uh, close with children.
Uh-huh. Yes. And how old are the little daughters?
The older one is 9 and the little one is 4.
Oh, yeah, I remember those days. Been there, done that. That's it for us. It's your turn. All good. So, again, okay, we're going back and forth, and I just wanted to ask you, how do you decide what topic to write about?
As I mentioned before, I have been lecturing and doing research on environmental and nature education for nearly 11 years after my PhD. I have also conducted projects on children and nature-based education. These include topics such as ecosystems, living things, and life cycles of the creatures. 2 years ago, we developed a project to develop environmental awareness in children in a kindergarten in the city where we live here. And within the scope of this project, we did some activities with children on topics such as waste, recycling, natural life, and biodiversity. And we carried out this project with a group of students who are also preschool teacher candidates, as I told you before. And when we completed the study, Rukiye, one of my successful students, she and I asked ourselves that why don't we reach more children to support this awareness? And we wrote our first children's book, storybook, starting with the project with the topic of waste and recycling. So it is an ecological based story. And this is the start point of our book, Echo the Crow and Salvation of the Forest. It's titled.
Okay. Awesome. So I just want to ask, off the topic. You speak, your English is quite well. And these are all happening in Turkey. I'm sure you're speaking Turkish almost 24 hours a day. Let's just say that. How do you keep up with the English in Turkey?
Well, I learned English when I have been speaking English since 1996 when I was a child. And also my university, my undergraduate university courses were full English.
Okay.
And also, yes, we are talking Turkish here for all the time, but I am going to different countries. For example, 10 days ago, I was in London for examining and observing some different preschools and primary schools, and also I attended a BET fair, an educational fair, educational technology fair. So this makes my English
Yes, it's pretty
a
good.
little bit, yeah, fluent.
Yes.
But still, for especially for American accent, I sometimes can miss some phrases, and it makes
Don't
me.
worry about it. Americans get confused among their own languages, so don't worry about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, and I also wanted to point out to our viewers that you're in Turkey. This is happening in Turkey. This is not happening in any other country. So these environmental education and educating the kids and the ideas, you with a PhD traveling, this is happening in Turkey. Americans usually get this idea. It's like whenever they start watching, they usually think that this is happening in America. No, no. Other countries in the world, they also have these educational things. And people with PhDs, and they travel the world. They teach their children.
Yeah. There are many different successful examples in especially Europe. European countries are also very good at environmental education. There are high boards in higher education. As I can say that in all level of years and all level of children, from birth nearly to upper grades.
I must say, America is lacking that education. Europe is like 100 light years ahead of this time. America is not, I mean, yes, they are aware, they talk about it and everything else, but when it comes to education, teaching, don't do this, Europe is a little bit more ahead of America. So certainly glad to have you on the show, though. So you can kind of teach some people. Okay,
I hope so.
Yes, going back to the books, and you have two books.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
One of them is co-authored with another person,
yeah,
and as you mentioned, she is one of your good students. Is that right?
yeah.
And the
Mhm.
other one is your own.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh, it is just my book. I wrote all the text, and I prepared all the story for
Uh-huh.
the second one you talk about, and it's called Martin's Magical Migration. And I had an idea for a book inspired by my lessons, actually,
Uh-huh.
exploring the world's ecosystems through the eyes of a migratory swallow. At this
Uh-huh.
point, my this other word was written just by me, and
Mm-hmm.
the magical migration of Martin. And in this ecological story, Martin visits different parts of the world on his first migration journey and encounters habitats with different
Oh, we're stuck.
animals, with different plants.
Uh-huh.
And Rukiye is the co-author of my the other book that you talk about. Is now a kindergarten teacher. She has improved herself a lot in terms of early childhood education.
Mm-hmm.
She was my student during the process of writing this text, the
Uh-huh.
Echo the Crow and Salvation of Forest titled book. We planned this as the first book of a series,
Uh-huh.
and if children like it, if we can reach a great audience, we plan to continue the series with second, third, or and with another books. And we decided to write the whole content together with by discussing
Uh-huh.
every details. So we wrote the Echo the Crow uh, with the head by head all together.
All together. And so you have two books, and you said you are working on other books, or these are just ideas.
Uh, Echo the Crow is
Uh-huh.
the first one of a
Yes.
series, and we are planning to write the other ones, the second, third, and fourth,
Uh-huh.
in future. We are working on it.
Okay.
We hope the first one uh, can be read very much.
Yep, it will. But the second one is a Martin. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Martin, the bird, swallow. And
yeah.
do you plan on writing children's books all by yourself, or is it going to be all with another author, co-author?
Oh, actually, yeah, I'm planning the my future books just by myself.
Okay.
But maybe sometimes, I'm not sure now. Maybe sometimes we can work with my students again. But
Okay.
now there is any plan for this. There isn't any plan for this.
Okay. Let's see if there will be some authors from America. They may want to write a book with you. You never know.
Yeah, I hope
That,
so.
yes, that would be cool, right? And how do you get the illustrations done? The pictures, the illustrations?
Yeah. I work closely with a talented illustrator to bring the ideas in my books to life visually. The collaboration process involves effective communication and a shared understanding of the thematic elements on
Hmm.
each page. Initially, I provide a detailed manuscript with descriptions of the scenes
Hmm.
and characters and emotions I aim to convey to pass through the children. I often create a storyboard or visual reference to help convey the flow of the narrative and desired atmosphere for each illustration. Um, Through regular discussions and feedback sessions, I collaborate with the illustrator to ensure that the visual representations aligns with the tone and the message of the story. So clear communication is, I think, the key to convey specific details, such as character expressions, color schemes, and overall visual style. This collaborative approach allows the illustrations to complement and enhance the storytelling and creating a cohesive and immersive experience for young readers.
Yeah. Okay. So sounds like a little complicated process. And again,
Yeah.
most of the time people just throw sticks, you know, stick figures and everything else. And the illustrator looks at it and says, oh, okay, I know this, comes up with the illustration. But your process is a little bit more complicated. Of course, being a professor, your explanations are, I am sure, very detailed.
Yeah. But overall, I wanted a very colorful
Uh-huh.
and sophisticated illustrations from my illustrator, Tuğçe. Her name is Tuğçe.
Okay. Yes.
She's a very talented girl, a very talented artist, I think.
Uh-huh.
She understood whatever I told her and
Nice.
detailed all the drawings very well, I think.
Okay. So how long does it take from your explanation and for book to come alive? How long does it usually take?
Oh, and for the first book, she was very fast, I can say that nearly 2.5 months, I
Oh,
can say. Two
nice.
and a half months. But for Martin, uh, the book contains different scenes from different world
Okay. Yes.
locations and different habitats, different ecosystem, some details of ecosystem. So um, I I needed to explain too much thing to her.
Yes.
So I think it took 3 or 4 months, I
That's not
think.
bad. That's not bad
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And then Cosmo Publishing took over and published it. That's it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And geez, uh, so you are being a professor and an author.
Yeah.
If a newly starting author, and
Mm-hmm.
this author wants to be a children's author, what would
Mm-hmm.
be the one recommendation, important recommendation that you would give to this person?
Um, Actually, there is a lot I could say. Uh,
Just one.
if you give permission, I would like to make one, but two or maybe three
Okay, how about two?
suggestions.
How about two? Let's go with
Okay.
two.
One crucial recommendation I would offer to a first-time children's book author is to truly understand and connect with the target audience. Delve into the world of children, comprehend their interests, language proficiency, and I want to underline it, the cognitive development stages within the specific age group of your book targets. For example, in my case, it is in the range of 3 to 7 years of children. And creating content that resonates with young readers requires a genuine appreciation for their perspectives, curiosities, and emotional experiences. Take the time to observe and engage with children, whether through interactions in educational settings, conversations with young readers, or participation in child-focused activities.
Okay,
Um,
basically, the person should just study and get a PhD and then write a book.
no, no. I can say that, for example, Rukiye is
Uh-huh,
my student,
uh-huh,
and she is a 2 year, 2 year old teacher,
uh-huh.
early childhood teacher, but she is very
Okay.
successful in her area. So a teacher can easily write a story, but uh, she concentrate on the details I told
Yes.
before.
Yes. She has to focus.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the word. Okay, that's the first one. What about the second one?
Oh, moreover, embrace simplicity in both language and storytelling. Children's books thrive on clear, engaging narratives and vibrant visuals. Ensure that your writing is accessible, captivating, and capable of sparking the imagination of young minds. And
Okay.
lastly, seek constructive feedback from your target audience or individuals with expertise in children's literature. Adapting and refining your work based on insights from those who understand the unique dynamics of children's literature will significantly enhance the impact of your storytelling. And remember, the essence of a great children's book lies in its ability to captivate, educate, and inspire your young hearts and minds.
Awesome. That is just awesome.
Thank you.
Spoken like an expert.
Oh, thank you. Actually, I'm an expert in
Yes,
marketing.
yes, I would say so. Yes. I'm going to put your contact information. So if anybody wants to become a children's book author, contact her. Get
Oh,
some
of
pointers, you
course.
know.
Yeah. Actually, I started an Instagram account newly. I have been started it for just 2 days
Uh-huh.
because
Okay.
of my international education aims.
Hmm.
Uh, you can give my email and
Okay.
Instagram account name.
Okay.
So
Yes, I'll
uh,
list them up, and
picture.
whoever wants to connect with you, they can
Yeah,
just send you a message. That's awesome. So I'm going to
thank you.
change the subject a little bit. And
Yeah.
okay, we are in America. Cosmo Publishing is in America, and you're in Turkey. However, you're all international. I wanted to ask you from an author from Turkey to
Mhm,
a message to the authors in America or
mhm.
author community in America. How does the publishing process work in Turkey?
I can say that living in Turkey, I can provide insights into the publishing process within the country. The Turkish publishing system operates with a diverse range of publishers, both large and small, catering to various genres and audiences. And authors typically submit their manuscripts to publishers, and if accepted, the publisher takes on the responsibilities of editing, designing, and promoting the book.
Hmm.
And the publishing industry is in Turkey is, I can say that it's dynamic, with a growing emphasis on promoting diverse voices and genres. And also, authors often work closely with editors to refine their manuscripts, and
Uh-huh.
the cover design and overall presentation are important aspects for the process. And also, book promotion and marketing are crucial steps, as you know, involving strategies such as book launches, author events, and partnerships with bookstores. So it is adapting to digital trends also with ebooks gaining popularity alongside traditional print
Hmm.
formats, I can say.
And
It's
what about self-publishing?
uh, actually it's according to my opinion, it's a new site for Turkish writers, I think. Um, for example, my other books, other academic books
Mhm.
for teachers, for parents, I worked with another publisher, but they all the procedures. You just write, give them, and all of the rights they own all of the other rights, but self-publishing is more suitable and a very relaxing type of publishing, I think. And I'm very happy with, especially with Cosmo. And for the story,
I'm gonna put this on a message.
yeah, of course, yes. I really think in this way, and with self-publishing, you own all rights of your content.
Yes.
This is very important. This is a crucial point, I think. And that's all.
That's all. Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have. And do you have anything to add?
For the story of Martin and
Martin,
Echo
yes,
Pro,
let's just get back to Martin.
I aimed to enter the world of imagination of children all over the world.
Mhm.
And for this, I chose Cosmo Publishing. Thank you very much, very much for your caring and supportive working principle at every step. Nowadays, we are currently working for the Turkish version in my country for these two books. And I am very happy to reach 16 different countries within the help of Cosmo Publishing. So thank you very much.
Anytime. You're welcome.
Yeah, I tried to share all my ideas and experiences with this interview with you, Gurhan.
Okay.
I'm glad to meet you.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. And in fact, we're going to continue. We're going to continue on the next book and the next book, right?
I hope so.
Yes. Yes, of course. And so can you give us a date on the next book?
Maybe 6 months later.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm working on different projects now. I'm working on some national projects,
Okay.
and also I'm planning to start an international project for early childhood education within different countries.
So are
So
these all through the government, or you're just doing these through your own efforts?
through my own efforts with in my university, within
Oh,
the help of
okay.
my university.
Okay. Yes. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That is great. Okay. Well, these are all the questions I have. And well, again, I'm going to include your contact information. And if
Yes.
anybody has any questions, they can just contact you and you take it from there. Right?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.